We are at 8280 Longhorn Ridge. The grass is extremely tall and overgrown. The trim, trim, or people call it fascia, there's some rotting on the front and the sides of the house. If you're going to try to sell conventional, that's going to need to be addressed. The lawn front and the back obviously is overgrown. There's weeds everywhere, so that's something that's going to need to be taken care of. I'm going to go into the property. Also, the fence is falling down. There. Soffit here, the porch is kind of falling. It needs to be put back up properly. Here, walking into the front door, we are in the living room. Some of the laminate flooring that's here in the living room is starting to pop up. There's no transition that's holding it down. This transition that's here is popping up already. I don't think we need to replace all of the flooring, but just right here in this area where it's starting to raise and pucker, I think it would be wise to fix that. This light fixture in the dining room, not sure what happened to it, but it's yucky and probably should be replaced. It's about $50 or less to do that. The interior paint was done nicely, but it's not the best colors to attract a buyer, so my suggestion is to repaint the interior. Again, optional, depends on what you want to do. The tile throughout the house, the tile flooring is in good condition. Obviously it's really dirty, it needs to be cleaned up. The entire house needs to be cleaned up and emptied, but the tile in the house is in pretty good condition. You do have some slight water damage here that you may want to consider addressing. I'm not going to put it in the estimate, but just to let you know it's there. If you want to address it, we can look at doing that. I did put in the estimate to replace the base of the cabinet because it's obviously wet and there's been moisture down there, so that needs to be replaced, and potentially the plumbing hardware that may be leaking. The sink itself and the faucet are in good condition. The laminate countertops, they are outdated, but they're in good condition and they can be kept. The washing machine hookup, the dryer 220 plug and hookup seem to be in good condition. Cabinets are in good condition. The garage, it's kind of dark in here. The garage, there's lots of junk in here. You've got sheetrock that's falling from the attic there, and I think that that's because they put heavy storage bins on the sheetrock and not on the actual beams, so they've fallen through. There aren't any signs of water that's causing the falling. It's actually just weight, I think, that caused it to fall in. There's a makeshift addition or room separation. It was built here in the garage. It's going to need to be demolished. You can see the walls. They are basically just made out of boards and beams. They're not attached to the ceiling, so they just need to be demoed. And here's what that looks like. So that's going to need to be demoed and painted. This is the wall that I was talking about that they made. Okay, so that's the garage. Okay, going back into the home. This is one of the ceiling fans that you'll notice in the scope of work that I suggested replacing, and that's because the blades are kind of drooping down. The fan itself is not in bad condition, but we could also, I guess, look at replacing the actual blades. Okay, this is the AC. I don't have electricity to test its functionality, so that's something you may want to consider doing once you have electricity at the home. This is the water heater. It's plugged into a 220 plug. I cannot test that either without water or electricity. This is the first bathroom. It does need a framed mirror here. It needs a light fixture there. The vanity itself is in pretty good condition. It just needs to be cleaned. There's no watermarks down there that looks like it could have been leaking. The toilet is in decent condition, but it is missing a lid and cover. Those are $30 or less to replace. This is the bathtub. The tub and shower are in good condition, but they definitely need to be resurfaced because they are dirty looking. Also, throughout the house, all of the plug and switch covers, I have included it in the scope of work to have them replaced. It's one of the cheap things that you can do to kind of freshen up the look of the house, is replacing all of the plug and switch covers. Okay. Again, transition pieces, you'll notice that I mentioned that the floor is decent. It's not in great condition. It's got a little bit of raising here that I didn't initially notice. But it can be kept if you're selling it. Whoever moves in can replace it if they want. This is another bedroom. Obviously, it needs to be painted. Your doors are in pretty good condition. They just need to be sanded down and repainted. Closet there, storage closet in the hallway. This is another bedroom with another different paint scheme. You got blue on one wall, white and pink on another, red and blue. Okay. Then we've got the master bedroom. You've got some hardware on the wall that probably should come down. These fan blades are also kind of droopy. Some holes and patches that are going to be needed throughout the house on the walls. Again, replacing those plug and switch covers. The tile in here is also in good condition, but it does need to be cleaned. Removing the hardware from the walls. Okay, then we've got the master bathroom. Also, tile in here is in good condition. The vanity is in good condition. Also, no major signs of water damage there. You've got a mirror. You are missing a light fixture. You're going to need the switch covers and the outlet covers switched out so that they can be matching. The toilet here's got some broken hardware that's going to need to be fixed. Same thing with the tub here. Tub and shower are in good condition, but we definitely need to resurface them. That is a fake fireplace, so we would probably have that hauled off and we get the property cleaned up. This is the backyard or the side door. We need to pressure wash the house. It's pretty dirty in some areas, really yucky looking. Lots of grime built up. You've got a lot of siding, hardy board siding that's either rotted or chewed, assuming it's from the dogs that they had. So that's going to need to be replaced. Lots of weed eating that needs to be done. And then they have another fence that separates another part of their yard back here. Lots of items to be hauled off. There's your AC condenser. There's a dog house back here. And definitely overgrown. So this is 8280 Longhorn Ridge.